My initial thoughts for Bandit starts next season, honestly, is just excited. We've been in Halo Infinite now for 2 years. I've really enjoyed the game, and I just look forward to a new challenge and something to kind of adapt to.
Honestly, I'm really excited about Bandit starts, and mainly because I feel like it'll help the flow of the game. One, you'll be able to keep track of your shields a lot better with a single shot weapon. You'll kind of know how weak you are, you'll know how weak someone else is, and that's more information there. But also, with the reduced range of the primary weapon, one, it makes hitting your shots cross-map harder and even more important. But then also, because it's harder to hit your shots cross-map, it'll open up the map to be like, have more movement on it. You're gonna be able to make more plays as an individual, but it'll also make team pushes more important, because if you're too far away, now you can't help as easily. So I think it'll just help the flow of the game.
Oh my.
It will very much change the meta, and I think that makes things far more exciting. I was very much a good proponent for the BR being good, for it coming back, it being a staple, and now we played on it for 2 years. I think it's just time for a change.
I think we're at the place in Halo Infinite where a big shift and a big change in the gameplay is going to bring just a lot of freshness. And of course, it goes without saying, but I think there's a lot of appeal of a single shot weapon.
Got his ass.
C5 half. Another one around you.
The Bandit takes a lot more skill, in my opinion, and I think it's going to be a really good change-up for Halo.
I'm extremely excited. I think individual play is going to be a little bit more of a bigger margin now.
All for skill expression in any game that we're commentating and watching.
The Bounds of the world will fly into battles even more because they think they can win a battle, even if maybe they're down a shot or two, right? They'll be able to fly into a room, and almost in the same style of, if you compare it to, of course, single shot weapons of old. The oldest example maybe being the Halo 1 pistol, right? You talk about the outshoot capability of a weapon like that. To be able to fly into scenarios and outshoot an opponent really opens up the map in new ways, where you can really outskill opponents in ways that might not be offered with a burst weapon.
I think it'll just be a nice little refreshing change for anybody that's playing the game competitively.
I'm all for adding new things and changing up the meta in the sandbox.
And there's one thing that I would really like to see more, is just like Halo constantly evolving, and I think Bandit Starts is going to allow Halo to really do that. Maybe allow new players, maybe from the H5 era, to really step up and pop off.
You know, how Halo has evolved, and the way that players, I think, are able to abuse any sort of mechanics or intricacies in the game. I think the Bandit Starts kind of helps separate the most skilled players.
Things should be viable, things should be interchanged. That's what keeps things exciting. That's what can allow for new storylines and new ideas to kind of spread and keep things exciting.
And I think the BR has served its purpose up until this point. We all love the battle rifle and how iconic it is to the Halo franchise, but I think the Bandit, at this point, with how talented these players are, is just going to add a little level of separation between the top teams, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch next year. Do I feel like the Bandit will shake up the power rankings? I don't think it will shake up the power rankings of, say, the top 3 or 4. However, it may separate a few players within the pack. I always look at the superstar names on teams. Bound on SSG, I think with the Bandit is going to be very fun to watch. Frosty, with that single shot weapon, again, is going to be very fun to watch. Players like Formal, one of the best shots in the game, is going to be very fun to watch. And I kind of want to see what Quadrant do with it as well. We know how good they are with the single shot sniper rifle.
I don't think it's going to shake up the power rankings. When I look at the spectrum of our players, they're going to be good. You put any weapon in their hands, they're going to be disgusting. And sure, we'll see little bits of shakeups here and there, but I don't think we're going to see as drastic of changes.
The players that are going to excel even more with the Bandit are already pretty close to the top of their gameplay in Halo Infinite. However, I do think you'll see players rising up. For example, things like free-for-all tournaments probably become even more important, because you can see players who are just shooting on a completely different level that really isn't capable with a spread weapon, I think.
At the end of the day, every player is so incredible that I'm sure everyone who's at the top is probably gonna keep battling at the top.
There's a lot of teams that, in my opinion, are going to get way worse because the Bandit takes more skill. That's just my take. And I think my team's going to get a lot better because we started in Halo 5, and it was a Magnum single-shot weapon just like the Bandit, so I think we're already used to it.
Yeah, this is the time to pick back up on Infinite.
Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball.
To the casual audience that prefers the battle rifle, look, I totally get it. All right, I love the BR. I'm a BR apologist, okay? But I also like new things. I like trying out things. I like seeing what can happen if we maybe tweak things here and there, because we've had some amazing runs in Halo's lifespan with the BR. Let's see what new things we can get, what sick plays can come from the Bandit start.
Watch the players play with the Bandit, and then come back to me at the end of the season with your opinion on how it goes.
Give it a chance. I think it's time for a little bit of a change. I think giving something new a chance would be something that would benefit all of us as a community.
Honestly, just give it a chance. I know it can be annoying, but it's going to be really fun and a cool change up, and I think you guys will love it, so just give it a chance.
The opportunity that you now have as an individual player, I think it does take some getting used to, but once you start to shift and learn how to play around a different starting weapon, I think that there's a lot of opportunity for you as an individually skilled player to really take the next step and elevate your game.
Like, the battle rifle is iconic. The way it stands in Halo Infinite, it's a little bit too powerful maybe, but I think if you like the BR, I'd imagine it would still be a pickup on the map, and that will make it like have its own separate utility. Kind of like how in Halo 5 you could pick up the light rifle, and that was really good in a specific situation, but it wasn't as good like up close, let's say. So I think it just adds to the like dynamic of the sandbox. If anything, it'll just make it more diverse.
In my mind, it's just like an inevitability. I know some people, maybe even more so the casual player base, may feel as though it is like the BR is a staple, which it very much has been a staple for Halo, and especially competitive Halo for a very long time. There is definitely a desire amongst players, and I think people watching will appreciate something a little different. Preferring the BR it's just a subjective thing. It's like sometimes you just like the way it looks, the way it sounds a little bit more than another. All I can say is just give it a shot.
I would just say to give the Bandit a shot. You know, who knows what this new weapon is going to bring, who knows what is going to happen, but overall I know competitive Halo is going to stay incredibly competitive, and we're going to have some incredible matches. So honestly, just give it a shot, and let's see where it takes us.
Just embrace the change, like embrace it. There's nothing wrong with change. Like, that's just how life is. You gotta accept it. We're gonna have a single shot weapon now and like just go hard.
Enemy flags in allied hands. Killing spree. Extermination.
And yeah, and then, you know, if it doesn't work, then we just go back, and no harm, no foul, I guess. That won't make the cut.
Guys, listen. If you love watching Halo, playing Halo, everything about Halo, then why on earth have you not subscribed yet? Click subscribe. Make sure you catch all the videos.